miracle serums. Look, miracle serums.
We keep having all these problems, how we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. All these unsolved issues, I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired of arguing and lying, so goodbye.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is August the 30th, 2024, and today the topic is sugar-coated. Those that are watching me live, y'all may see this sugar scrub falling from my lips. Yeah, I was trying to see, can I show y'all what sugar-coated look like? Yeah, man, y'all know that yesterday was my birthday, right? Yes. And it was awesome. Overall. The sugar scrub actually tastes really good. It's actually one that I was testing out as a future juice product, because y'all know I got juice glosses, right? Well, I was testing out a sugar scrub situation, and I've been testing it out for a while now, but it just happened to come in handy with today's conversation. So I took a photo with the sugar scrub really heavy on my lip and or lips, and yeah, now I'm just like eating it and and just getting it from falling all around. But anyway, yeah, my birthday was really nice yesterday, actually, y'all. You know, the only thing that I knew was going to happen was that I was going to go to work, and I knew that I was going to come back home and be NJ's learning coach. Well, quite a bit of other things was happening as well. Shout out to my Mountain West family, because they came through for your girl, man. They had me I called it a blessing basket of a lot of my favorite things in a nice little basket. The staff had all signed a card. So it was nice, like reading everybody's, sentiments and things of that nature. And then outside of that, one of the ladies that I work with closely, she comes in every now and then on Thursdays to volunteer, and she ended up bringing me flowers and a card, as well as some homemade cupcakes. So your girl was just showered with gifts and love yesterday from my Mountain West Church family. So shout out to them, each and every one of the people that acknowledged and decided to celebrate me in any way. I greatly appreciate it. My basket had quite a few nice little things. It was like candy, cookies, juices, my favorite chips, yeah, so it was nice. I think the biggest thing was like some pajamas, a cute necklace that said mama. Like, it just was really nice. And then on top of that, I mean, y'all was showing out online as well. So shout out to each and every person that decided to show love on my social media yesterday, and acknowledge my birthday and whatnot. I greatly appreciate it. And then I even had a couple of friends that, just outdid themselves. I'm like, Lord, okay, I see you. You take some friends out my life and then you bring some friends in. But actually some of the ones that I'm referring to actually have been in my life for a little while now. But yeah, they decided to shower me with gifts as well. So, man, greatly appreciate everybody. I had some time to talk to my mom and my sister yesterday as well. And yeah, I'm still looking forward to tomorrow, which will be my shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? My mob boss shenanigans. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, I have no clue how many people are actually going to come that do lunch with me, and then who's all going to the gun range. I don't know, because I was hearing that people were planning to come yesterday. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see. Whoever is there, they're going to be there. All I know is I'm going to, I guess be dressed to the nines as a mob boss wife and, the heavenly hit woman. And I'm looking forward to having a good time. So anyway, that was my birthday. Let's get into this conversation, y'all. Sugar coated. I would say today's inspiration, where did it come from? I guess just from the Lord. I guess I ultimately just was thinking about, I don't know if it had something to do with the time I woke up. I don't know. I can't remember now. I woke up around like 3:16 actually. which we know the famous John 3:16. So I thought I was going to break that down, but even as I was doing that, I was like, well, one, the app wasn't working with chatholybible.com, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I was going to, try to break down John 3:16 and see if there was other revelations to know from that particular verse. But yeah, didn't get a chance to do that. And then I felt led to rest a little longer as well. So even though I was up early, I still just kind of rested and whatnot, went back to sleep, that type of thing. Yeah, I don't remember what got me to sugarcoating now, y'all. So I just say the Lord. I can't remember now. I usually tell y'all the details about how I get to certain topics, but yeah. I think it was before I went to sleep. So it came to my mind, my heart and mind before I went to sleep. I started looking into it, like looking up verses and stuff like that, and then I went back to sleep. So now, like I said, I can't remember what led me to it, but ultimately, yeah, I guess I just wanted to go deeper as I was going deeper and whatnot. I think it just was focused on this idea of sugarcoating. I feel like this might be a problem of my own. Like I think I have this problem, but not so much that I don't know if it's something wrong with like making things sound better. But I tend to like withhold information for people's feelings. Because I get it. I've been on the receiving end of having someone critique, every aspect of me. And I never want to make nobody feel that way. And everything like that. So I think that might play a part in why I quote unquote sugarcoat things. Or try to find the best way to say things, especially hard things. But then I'm like, I mean, some people don't need the sugarcoating, right? Some people need the straight up truth, right? So yeah, like it's just one of those things. I think you have to find balance with this as a believer, right? Again, because yes, there's certain things we probably not necessarily should sugarcoat, but should definitely again share the truth and love and things of that nature. But then there's people that again need the hard facts, they need the hard truth. So as I find balance with that this morning, let's get into this conversation. So if you're not familiar with the phrase sugarcoating or this word or two words, then let you know what it means. So sugarcoating is slang to describe or talk about something in a way that makes it seem more acceptable or pleasant than it actually is. So there you go. There's the definition of sugarcoating, at least the urban dictionary version of it. And yeah, I guess the word in my mind right now is palatable, right? You're making it more palatable for people to receive. And again, I think there's an art, right, to it. I think that there is some level that God is calling us to, again, give the truth and love and things of that nature. But I think the problem is either people could be like me, right, where you just don't say anything at all when something needs to be said, or you could be the type of person that's like sugarcoating things in a way where it's like watering down the gospel and things of that nature, like not giving the full truth and things like that just to try to make somebody else feel better about whatever it is, stuff like that. And so have you guys been there, man? Is this resonating at all? Like, is this something that you guys are familiar with? Like, has anyone ever sugarcoated you, or have you been sugarcoating things to other people? One of the things that I've been thinking about in reference to this is, again, who is my God at the end of the day? Like, I can't, I guess, keep sugarcoating things in a way where I'm putting other people above God. So for example, if the Lord wants me to give the truth and love or whatever the case may be, I can't keep like holding back and whatnot. And it doesn't help, right? It doesn't help to do that as well. Speaking of, I wrote down a couple of reasons why it doesn't help. And here's what I felt led to write down. So one, it stunts our growth to, I guess, just keep being sugarcoated and things of that nature. I got examples in my heart and mind right now, but I might not share because again, I usually share my own life. I hesitate to share other people's life, but just know that it doesn't help you in the long run to have people sugarcoat things so much where you're like, I guess you become an enabler to people and things of that nature when you really should be someone that's like helping them to see the truth and things like that. And so again, it can stunt our growth. Another thing is that we embed ourselves even deeper and become thoroughly surrounded with sin. So yeah, I mean, the more things get sugarcoated, the more you think, oh, it's okay, and that type of thing. And that's not the truth. It's not okay. Like at the end of the day, again, you have to take that hard look in the mirror sometimes and be honest with yourself. Like, can you at least be honest with yourself? Like, I know it can be difficult to be honest with other people sometimes, but can you at least be honest with yourself? I think, again, I told y'all all about that time in my life where I had to do that. And I had to look at myself and say, you know what, Miracle, the life you want and the things you want, you're not living accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Like you say you want love, you say you want marriage and all these different type of things, but then you're interacting with men in a certain way, you know what I'm saying, that isn't in alignment with marriage. You're accepting, certain behaviors. Like there's just so much that I guess at that particular time that I had to be honest with myself about, right? So yeah, I guess I'm out here to remind and call you out. You know what I'm saying? If you need to start being honest with yourself, then I hope and pray that you guys can, take that hard look in the mirror and do that. Stop sugarcoating things so much where you're feeling like, again, your actions are okay or whatever the case may be, because it's not, and it's not just about getting what you want, but you'll never be who God called you to be the longer you sugarcoat things and make it, it's so difficult too, because again, God, he knows you, you know what I'm saying, because he made you. So on one hand, even the things that we don't do right, or even the time that it takes and all that type of stuff, he knows. And so everything can still work together for good for those that love God. So I'm not going to say that you'll never achieve, or become who God has called you to be. But at the same time too, you just never know what you're delaying, right? And then you never know when your time is up, right? So the more you sugarcoat things and brush things off, next thing you know, your whole life has passed you by and you haven't done any of the things that God has called you to do. I mean, I hope nobody wants to experience that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. I mean, again, as I turned 38 yesterday, I couldn't help but sit here and think like, I'm so grateful to be where I am today. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful that, 20 something year old Miracle made the decisions that I did. Now, was I doing everything perfect? Was I, absolutely, the best at everything? No. But I believe, again, obedience, humbling myself and all those different things and ultimately doing my best to follow God has gotten me to this point where I am today, where I'm very content with whatever the Lord wants to do with me, for me, and through me, And like I said, it was a process to get here, especially for me mentally, but I'm so grateful to be in this place now, And so, like I said, I can't imagine where I would be if I was just, I guess believing the lies, right? Believing like, oh, I got time, or believing like, oh, I don't have to do what God is telling me to do right now, and that type of thing. Like, again, I just feel like there's so many different things that plays a part, because not only for you, but then it's like people that are attached to you, your circle of influence, you are having an effect on those people as well. Now, hey, again, God can use anybody, and he don't have to have the people come to you X, Y, and Z if you're delaying your blessings and stuff like that. But I don't know, like if you could really see your life played out and from the beginning and stuff like that, and you could really be aware of everything that is supposed to happen, then would you be a little bit more mindful, right, of the time that we waste? That's the question, I think, today, along with this whole idea of sugarcoating. But let me go ahead and give you some Bible. All right, so here are the verses that were standing out to me to share today. 2 Timothy 4:2 says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. We don't like this type of stuff, right? We don't like it when the pastor step on our toes with his message or whatever the case may be. But a lot of times that's what we need, man. We need the men of God, right? Women of God to be out here sharing the truth and not like sugarcoating things so much that, again, I know Brother Marcus calls it like being gummy bear preachers and things of that nature. Like, we're going through life and only we're talking about prosperity, right? You're going and you're only getting, messages, you're getting milk over and over and over again. You're never growing from that. You need to get some meat at some point. Let's get those passes, follow, man, there's so much going on in this world, man. And yeah, that was something on my heart and mind to just say just now. But I mean, don't get me wrong, an inspiring word is always good and motivating. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, if your pastor is only, teaching and, preaching inspiring things, that's bad, quote unquote. But again, like, is everyday life being addressed? You know what I'm saying? Are the things that we're actually going through being addressed? Like, that's why, again, right before the pandemic, I was really, really seeking the Lord for like content that was me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, where are the Elijahs and the disciples and whatnot of today? Like, where are those men of God or whatever that are speaking out here about what's actually going on in this world? And I was able to, again, I started following Marcus Rogers. He's one of the ones that was standing out to me. I know Greg Laurie, he was another one I was listening to at that particular time. And he talked a lot about current events and end times things and things of that nature. I'm like, I need to hear messages like these. Like, I don't need, constant over and over again telling me, oh, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to start a new job. Like, I mean, you will do those things, but like, what is that going to benefit you when the very next day, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much going on in this world that it's way beyond just us needing to take in sugar-coated gummy bear messages. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need, cotton candy all the time. Like, at the end of the day, you need to eat some meat and potatoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to get a word that's actually going to like inspire change, you know what I mean, in you, and then ultimately in your circle of influence and things of that nature. And so I think that's one of the big indicators of if you are truly being a believer, if you truly are following Christ. Like, there is going to be some type of change in you. It's not going to be over and over again. You're just every year you're the same in the same place doing the same thing, and stuff like that. There's going to be some type of growth and maturity or something. Like I told you guys, I mean, I feel like I even look different from where I used to look at things of that nature. Now, yeah, I know my hair plays a big part. I'm not sitting here trying to act like, ooh, I'm just so different. But what I'm saying is there's something different within me as well. Like, and there's some growth, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And so, again, I guess this is a call for any type of leadership. If you are here just only talking about gummy bear messages, sugary, fluffy stuff, and you're not addressing the real issues, you're not addressing, current events, you're not addressing, all the crazy things that are happening in this world, you're doing a disservice to your flock, man. And that's just my humble opinion, based on Bible, man. And so, take it or leave it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some more verses. So let's see. Yeah, that's a quote that I came across this morning. It says, "We do not do any good by sugarcoating the truth or watering down the gospel." I mean, I already said that, reiterated that, but let's keep that on our hearts and mind. Let that marinate today. That doesn't really do anyone any good, or it's doing a disservice. Like, I can't lie, man. I think about some of the people that I've had issues with, like, being completely honest, like being that bluntly honest. And again, I know it's a me thing, because like I said, with what I went through, I think a lot of stuff happens in my life that is spiritual warfare, to be honest. And so I went through a situation where I told you guys all about it, but I meant to make content about it so you guys can know exactly what all happened, if I could remember it all now. But basically, I was in a relationship like the one I was in before I met my husband. That relationship, that gentleman happened to nitpick and critique everything about me. I'm talking about my hair and my look, everything. He quote unquote loved me, but everything needed to change about me, apparently, in his mind. And that was a like hard thing to deal with. And so I don't know if that plays a part, because I think I've always been, I guess, quote unquote meek, but those type of things. But I think it does play a little bit of a part, like, in how I treat people, because I want to make sure that I'm not hurting nobody's feelings, or that type of thing. And so there's situations where I'm in where I don't know if you would say I'm a mentor or something like that. And then I try my best to like tell the truth, but then ease into it, like not be so blunt and so like brutal with the honesty and whatnot. And then now I think back on those things and I'm like, man, maybe I'm just doing a disservice to people by doing that. Like maybe I need to tell them the truth. Yeah, tell them the truth in love, but also just be completely honest about like, hey man, you know, you gotta make a change, man. Like I don't, you know, or you gotta like do something different, or you gotta, you know, maybe I need to be more blunt in that regard because some people need that. And if nobody else is doing that, and it was up to me to do that, then I'm doing a disservice by sugarcoating. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things that I gotta work through and whatnot. But let me give you guys some more Bible here. So again, I think, like I was saying earlier, I think there's a healthy balance between what God is calling us to do and this idea of sugarcoating, right? So these are verses that were standing out to me that kind of gets on this morning. So Colossians 4, 5-6. It says, walk in wisdom toward outsiders, making the best use of time. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each person. So I guess instead of being sugary, we need to be salty. That's what I'm receiving this morning. Like, and there's a fine art to again sharing the truth in love, right? It's not sugarcoating it. It's not trying to make it fluffy and make it like, oh, you know, it's okay, everything you're doing, you know, and stuff like that, and like basically lying to people. It's again being honest and saying, hey, the Bible says this or that. And then maybe perhaps God is calling you towards this and that. You know, again, it depends on who you are and who you're talking to and all that different type of stuff, because it plays a part. And because I feel like that's another thing that really do plays a part in like how I talk to people. Because I'm like, who am I to this person? Like if I'm your quote unquote mentor, right, or if I'm your accountability coach or something like that, then yes, I'm supposed to be like, I'm in a position to be open and honest with you, right? I'm in a position to you know, yeah, let's just leave it there. Be open and honest with you, or whatever. But then, let's say, for example, I'm just some random Joe Schmo on the street or whatever, and you don't know me from Adam or something, and then you're like, and I come up and start telling you what you need to do in your life. Like, I get that that's a little bit like crash and brass. Now, unless the Lord is calling you, He done gave me a word, and He telling me I got to tell you this or something like that, then okay, be obedient to the Lord or whatever. But I think, you know, a lot of times we have to be in some type of relationship with people to really truly you know, lead and guide them, you know what I'm saying, and be that type of minister or the discipleship journey, you know. I feel like you have to be a mentor of some sort. Like they got to be some type of counsel or something. Like it's, you know, I think very rarely, and I don't know, because God could do whatever He want to do, but I don't know. That's just my humble opinion. That very rarely I think He would just send somebody random to you to just speak a word and be like, you need to do this, or get down somebody's throat, or you know what I mean, and that type of thing. So again, I think it's a fine art. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, you know, find balance with it, telling the truth in love, not sugarcoating, not making it less than or more than it is, but being honest and sticking to the word and things of that nature. Shout out to Miss Ariel this morning. She says this is spot on. So to God be the glory, man. I'm glad that it's resonating with somebody's day and that you know you're receiving it. Yeah, in either aspect, whether you again it's something that you do or something people have been doing to you. I hope and pray that you know you can appreciate this conversation today. But so then let's talk about Ephesians 4:15. It says, rather speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in every way unto Him who is the head, into Christ. So again, I mean, Jesus is our example. At the end of the day, He told the truth in love. You know, He didn't like condemn people and things of that nature. I feel like we talked about that yesterday, right? No condemnation or whatever that day was that I talked about. Yeah, it was yesterday. So obviously let's use Jesus as our example, right? He was honest with, you know, people, you know, He called them out. You know, there was rebuke happening, like all those things, like that first verse was telling us we need to reprove, rebuke, exhort, and long suffering and doctrine, right? And this is based on the word and things of that nature. And if you're doing that and sharing the truth in love and out of love, then you know there's no need, or you know you don't have to worry about the sugar coating aspect of it. So So that's ultimately the juice this morning, y'all. I hope that again is encouraging and inspiring. Let me give you guys the Bible verse of today, and that's John 1:1. It says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Just a reminder, tonight it is Friday, so we have a new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tonight. It's with Yoel Ben Israel. He is our guest tonight, and we can learn more about him and his endeavors. So check that out at 7 p.m. on the God, Sex, and Love GSL Talk Show, God, Sex, and Love YouTube channel, and it should be our main video on the GodSexandLove.com website. But yeah, y'all have a great Friday, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Mommy.
And there you
I
go.
broke the glass open.
I know you always doing something to mommy's things. But yeah, good morning, y'all. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing all those wonderful things. Like I said, I had a great birthday, so thank you again to everybody that showed love in any capacity. Greatly appreciate it.
Favorite these.
That was a part of my basket. Yes, some candy.
And I wanted some much.
I still got this sugar scrub, Mama.
Ready.
Should I come out with the juice sugar scrub, lip scrub? Y'all let me know. But yeah, so today actually NJ's going to be doing an assessment with his school. So we're going to see where he is, how much he remembers and things of that nature. Now try not to put too much pressure on him, because I understand he's just 5 out here and stuff, but at the same time it's like, you know, he knows a lot of things, so hopefully, who knows, maybe because
you need to share with the whole family.
Share with the whole family. You don't do that on your birthday. You have your gifts and it's all for you. See how he walks away. But all right, y'all. That's not even what I meant to put up, but okay. Shout out to Romantic Blessings. Y'all gotta shop with them through my link. Okay, don't just go to Romantic Blessings on your own. Find my link. Where's the?
This is for you.
What is that? I don't want your Jolly Rancher.
Can I have?
No.
Can I eat it?
All right, I'm gonna let y'all go since I can't even find. I was trying to look for the God, Sex, and Love. Oh, here it is.
Can I eat?
Website. But anyway, y'all have a great Friday, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye. No candy.